Hello, my name is Cedric Johnson, and I will be going over finding agriculture in a hopeless place. In this presentation, we will explore the positive impact of sustainable agriculture of Bonton Farms, an urban farm located in the Bonton community of South Dallas, a place with a history of poor and equitable living that has improved through programs like these. We'll highlight the farm, how the farm has contributed to the education of local residents, improved both physical and mental health within the community, integrated recycling practices to support its operations, the importance of improving the environment of the community, and we'll discuss opportunities for future growth and development of Bonton Farms. Bonton Farms is located in South Dallas at 2516 Valentine Street in Dallas, Texas, just past Lincoln High School and H.S. Thompson Elementary School in the Bonton area of South Dallas. This area was plagued by violence and inner city issues for many years. After cleaning it up, tearing down the projects, the Turner Courts and Rose Terrace, many leaders found this farm to be a great way to bring the community together when they rebuild. This is very personal to me because I did grow up in these areas. Bonton Garden's mission statement was, we transform lives by disrupting inequity and land a foundation where change and yields health, wholeness, and opportunity as a norm. Some of the environmental issues that the community needed before the garden was clean air. We did not have clean air over there because in the projects it was, sewage connections broken, all kinds of things. We mostly had a lot of dirt. In the project area, there was grass, and if you can see down there, there was grass in the housing areas, but some of the project areas, it was mostly dirt, and the water was not clean in the stream. So we did not have fresh food because we only had certain stores around there like Little World, Big Daddy's and stuff like that. But we didn't have any grocery stores that were close to where we can get fresh fruit and fresh produce. So there was a lack of resources. We had a lack of resources like cars and everything. A lot of people walked or either used the buses, and with little to no money and being in an impoverished area, then we just couldn't get it. Pollution from littering when it was the project, so it was pollution everywhere. Like I said, that messed with our clean water also, where we got staph infections and impetigo even. How these issues affected our environment? Not a good habitat for like birds and nature to just even grow. They had nowhere to, come down and eat off the land, and, some of the critters and everything that you guys are scared of that we probably need in nature, we didn't really have those type of things due to the fact we didn't have the grass, the environment, the water, or anything to see like pretty things flying around like butterflies and birds and everything. There's no need to get pollen if there's none there. Water streams carrying dirt and trash. That, like I would keep saying that, to include other things like, dead bodies. That's what was in the water. Especially in the late 80s, early 90s. The appearance was not pleasing at all, but this is all we knew. How these issues affected people? You had some malnutrition, people were not eating right or whatever. They didn't have any, we didn't really eat vegetables and things like that. We ate what we could get out of the local stores, like noodles and stuff like that. A lot of stuff high on salts and things like that. We never really ate fresh growing up it affected our mental health because we looked around and we seen that nobody cares about us. Nobody cares about how this community looks. Nobody cares about, so we just, when you live in a community where you feel like somebody has forgotten about you and they don't care about you, you start not caring for others. And then that's when the violence starts. Sicknesses. A lot of us grew up really sick with impetigo and staph infections and all kinds of things, your bronchitis infections and everything from breathing the bad air and everything around the projects. And then not to include the lead paint that they used inside of the buildings. So how does a lot of these issues relate back to this class? Chapter 7, food and agriculture. We all know that there's more food than there are humans living on the earth. but the way that food is divvied out and how it's given, it's all dealing with politics. The rich are staying rich and the poor are staying poor. So we even learned that just in this class alone. How more food spoiled than can be eaten, but there's still hungry people out there. It's a political thing. Chapter 10, air pollution, how we don't take care of the air with if we had a lot of grass, if we had a lot of oxygen, if we had a lot of things growing around the area, then maybe we could breathe better, you know? So water pollution, like I said, things that's just floating in the water from trash, garbage, even dead animals, dead bodies, and stuff like that. That's probably not good because it gets back. And then, like I said, the sewage being broken over there and everything. That's not good to be breathing in or playing in as a kid. Hazardous waste goes back to that. Even the pollution in the water and the things that become hazardous waste, to include when things are torn down and you got stuff like copper and everything in the water that's rusted and you don't want to get cut by that. Chapter 7, I think chapter 16 was environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability too. Yes. If we was to attack all these things, then maybe we can keep a community where we would have, like I said, fresh air, a nice place to live, and not thinking that no one forgot about us, and a better place to live in. Solutions and strategies. By building this farm, it will give the community access to education on how to make their own produce. It also teaches them how to farm for themselves and provide a hobby to those who seek a positive one. With beautifying the community, it will also bring families together, promoting good mental health. It's also good for the environment. I read from Bonton Farms how they use a lot of the leftover food or either the things that they make, and they make composite, like they put it all together to put it back in the soil to even regrow, like a recycling method, to not let it go to waste. So that's a good thing, teaching us how to grow our own produce and our own food, because if we just live off vegetables alone, they're growing carrots, tomatoes, peppers, kale, and things of that nature. And sometimes in the good months, they even grow watermelon and fruit, but they can't grow too much things like other farms because of the sweltering heat and the Texas summers. But the thing they can grow, we can live off of that. You know what I'm saying? We can think about how to get the meat later. But the things, instead of wasting it, we can composite it, like it told us in the recycling in our books. They're already doing the work. They're nationally recognized. Bonton Farm is changing the community and the environment in a great way, with more gardening and plants to help clean air, cleaning up the community and getting the city involved, attacking poverty, and giving free produce to those who need it, creating a mental space in a community that was historically forgotten. In conclusion, I would like to conclude with Bonton's vision, which is the change in Bonton becomes the change in the world. Like I said, they have been nationally known as a garden that has become more than just a garden. It's also become a space for people to have a hobby, to create a great mental space for young and elder alike. It's also been a place where they even made their own markets and their own coffee shops and everything. And like I said, it teaches us how to fend for ourselves. It teaches us how to grow our own produce so we don't have to deal with this. And like I said, with all the vegetation and the grass and the greenery and cleaning up the city, now we have better air. Now we can get those birds, butterflies, those critters that are needed to have a healthy environment and not be around here with staph infections and breathing bad air. And you know what I'm saying? It's good for our mental space. And once we stick together, we won't be out here hurting each other because we're no longer forgotten because we are taking care of ourselves. These are my sources. And if you want to find out more about Bonton Farms, you can always go to the South Dallas area off Bexar Street. It's really called Bear Street and Malcolm X. Go past Lincoln High School, keep going south, go under the bridge, which is 175, and go to H.S. Thompson Elementary, keep going. You will be where it used to be Turner Courts and Rose Terrace. Now it is definitely over there with Bonton Farms, bringing community together, people out here farming, people out here doing a great thing. Thank you for sitting through my presentation. That's the end.